Alright, let's dive into today's story. The idea actually came from a comment on one of my followers, a stray alien. So this one's for you, my friend. We're going to talk about the early flights across the English Channel prior to World War One. I knew a little bit about it, but not as much as I do now. So thank you. It's been really, really informative, and really enjoyed putting this piece together for you. But be kind to me, please. I probably butchered a few of the names and mispronounced some of them. So tried my best, but gave it all I had. So let me know what you think, and enjoy. The English Channel has been a symbolic gateway between England and continental Europe for centuries, but in the early 20th century it became a proving ground for aviation pioneers who dared to defy gravity and push the boundaries of what was possible in flight. Their stories are nothing short of extraordinary. Let me share some of these remarkable milestones with you. It all started in 1909 with Louis Blériot. He was the first person to fly across the Channel in a heavier-than-air aircraft. Imagine this, July 25th, 1909. Louis takes off in his Blériot 11 monoplane from Calais, France, and lands in Dover, England. His aircraft was a simple, fragile-looking machine made of wood and fabric, powered by a 25-horsepower Anzani engine. The flight was treacherous. Blériot battled gusty winds, rain, and limited visibility. At one point, he lost sight of the coastline entirely and relied on sheer determination and rudimentary navigation to find his way. It took him 36.5 minutes to cross the Channel, and his landing was anything but smooth. He crash-landed on the English side, damaging his plane, but he emerged unscathed. Blériot's successful flight earned him a cash prize of £1,000 from the Daily Mail and international fame. It also captivated the public's imagination, inspiring future aviators and demonstrating that air travel was no longer a distant dream. Then, in 1910, Charles Rolls, one of the founders of Rolls-Royce, upped the ante. On June 2nd, he became the first person to complete a double crossing of the Channel without stopping. Rolls flew a Wright biplane, a design characterized by its exposed framework and twin propellers, powered by a 30-horsepower engine. His flight began in Swingfield Downs, Kent, England. From there, he flew to Sangret, France, circled back, and returned to Eastchurch, Kent. The round trip took him just over 90 minutes. Rolls' achievement demonstrated the potential for endurance and reliability in early aircraft. It wasn't just a technical feat, but also a statement of how far the aviation had progressed in such a short time. Tragically, just a month later, Rolls dies in a crash during an air show, becoming the first Briton to die in an aviation accident. His double crossing, however, remains a testament to his skill, daring, and vision for what aviation could achieve. Later that same year, on August 25th, John Moisant made history with the first passenger flight across the Channel. Moisant was an American aviator known for his flair and showmanship. Flying a Blériot 11, he departed from Calais, France, with two passengers, his mechanic Albert Felix and his cat Mademoiselle Fifi. The flight was challenging, as Moisant had to contend with unpredictable winds and the added weight of his passengers. Despite these difficulties, he managed to land safely in Deal, England. The inclusion of the cat in the flight added to a touch of humor and humanity to the accomplishment, making headlines around the world. This flight was more than a novelty. It hinted at a future where airplanes could carry people and cargo over long distances, paving the way for commercial aviation. By 1912, women were making their mark too. Harriet Quimby, an American aviator and journalist, became the first woman to fly across the Channel. On April 16th, she piloted a Blériot monoplane from Dover, England to Harlot-Plage, France. Quimby faced numerous challenges during her flight. The weather was overcast, and she had to navigate by following the coastline, as instruments for navigation were rudimentary at best. Her flight took 59 minutes, and she landed safely on the French side. Quimby's achievements were groundbreaking, shattering gender stereotypes and inspiring women around the world to pursue aviation. Unfortunately, her accomplishment was overshadowed by the sinking of the Titanic just a day earlier, which dominated global headlines. Despite this, Quimby's courage and determination left a lasting legacy, showing that the skies were not reserved for men alone. And just a few weeks earlier, on April 2nd, another first took place. British aviator Gustav Hamel flew across the Channel with Eleanor Trehawk Davies as his passenger. Hamel was a skilled and daring pilot, known for his adventurous spirit. Davies, a wealthy socialite and aviation enthusiast, became the first woman to cross the Channel by air. They flew in a Blériot monoplane, Similar to the one used by Blériot himself, the flight was a thrilling experience, showcasing the increasing accessibility of aviation to the public. Davy's participation also highlighted the growing role of women in aviation, both as passengers and, eventually, as pilots. This flight was a symbol of changing societal norms as aviation began to attract interest from people of all backgrounds. These early flights weren't just about getting from point A to point B. They were bold statements of what was possible, laying the groundwork for everything that came in after aviation. Each of these pioneers faced immense challenges, with courage and ingenuity pushing the boundaries of what humanity could achieve in the skies. It's incredible to think how much progress they made in just a few years. If you enjoyed hearing about these remarkable stories, consider exploring more tales of aviation's early days. There's so much to learn from the daring spirits who paved the way for modern flight. And if you'd like to stay updated on similar stories, be sure to follow along. There's always more to discover in the world of aviation history. All right, so what do you think about that one? Not too bad, right? And I'm sure I mispronounced some of the names. I tried my best, but very fascinating. And to think how they flew these small airplanes, lightweight airplanes, across the channel, not only one way, but like Mr. Rolls-Royce, or actually the founder, Charles Rolls, sorry, Charles Rolls, flew twice, double flight, right, down and back. So really, really interesting and great topic. So thanks again, A Stray Alien. So thanks for the recommendation, and I had a blast doing it. Again, if you have any ideas or any thoughts, whatever you want to do, if I should work on something different, let me know. I'm Bill Riccio, so see you again.